Hey, what's going on everyone, and welcome back to once again another video on the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how to improve your sniping on Warzone and why sniping is important, and situations where you're going to want to snipe rather than use any other type of gun. Some of these things for experienced players in the game are going to be very straightforward, like you're going to want to use snipers at long ranges, and a lot of people that have played Call of Duty and just know how snipers work in video games are going to be very familiar with snipers in this game. However, I have some few tips and tricks for everyone else. Even some of the more experienced players might not know about this stuff, and this is just going to be to help you guys enhance your sniping ability. For those who are new to Call of Duty and just new to Warzone, I'm going to cover the basic stuff first, and then as we progress through the video, I'll talk about some of the more advanced stuff. First things first, I'm pretty sure it's common knowledge for games in general, you're going to want to snipe at long distances. Unless you are extremely good and can quickscope and know how to snipe at close distances, most players are going to want to snipe at long ranges. If you guys do circle peaks and do the objective captures within Warzone to see where the circle will go, and you narrow down the circle to a wide open area of the map, chances are you're going to want a sniper, because the more open areas are, the easier it will be to hit your snipes, and the easier it will be to kill enemies before they have a chance of killing you or even seeing you in some, if not all, situations. Of course, just like any other conflict within Warzone, you're going to want to have the high ground. If you have the high ground with a sniper, you're going to be able to see more than if you had the low ground. You'll be able to see farther, and you'll obviously have the advantage on anyone that tries to push you. I do recommend having a close range gun with you, whether that be from a second drop itself, or if you have a shotgun pistols as your secondary, even if it's just a gun you've picked up off the ground that has good close range capabilities. The reason I say this is because you're not going to want to have to snipe all the time. There are going to be moments where you are going to want to actually focus on the close range battles by using the 7.25 or any assault rifle, submachine guns, so on and so forth. Mainly, snipers are going to be at long distances. While sniping in this game, there is bullet drop, so if the enemy is running, you're going to want to aim a little bit in front of them just so you can get those easy kills, and make sure that your bullets make direct impact. Obviously, headshots with guns like the AX50 and the HDR are going to be one-shot kills, or they're going to be one-shot down, so you will down the enemy very easily, so try to aim for the head. The reticle that I use on my variable zoom is unlocked later within the progression of the variable zoom scopes, but what I recommend doing while aiming for headshots, find a reticle that is good for you and that suits you, that you can easily aim for the head with. And if they're at long ranges, a sniper will have to aim a little bit above their head, so find a really good reticle. I will find a screenshot of the reticle I'm using, which doesn't grow as I zoom in with the variable zoom, so it is very accurate and is very nasty in some situations where you can just hit ridiculous snipes at long ranges. I'll put that on screen so you guys can know what one it is and how far you have to unlock the variable zoom. Personally, for me, I run the variable zoom. Not only can I scope in on close ranges, but I can zoom in, so if there's someone that's exponentially far away, then I can zoom in with the variable zoom and get that advantage that I need to get those shots accurately on the enemy. As I said earlier, there's bullet drop, and if you guys have played games with bullet drops, it's pretty straightforward. Just aim for that head, and when you're aiming for the head, if they're far enough away, you might have to aim a little bit above their head. Some people do tend to use 3x scopes or thermal scopes. Find the scope that suits you. Just keep in mind, if you have a variable zoom thermal, a regular sniper scope, or a variable zoom, when you're aiming down sight with the sniper rifle, you will actually be having a sniper scope glint, so enemies know where you're shooting them from if they can kind of track your little glint. Sometimes they can't see your glint because they don't know exactly where the shots are coming from, so they might be looking a little bit too far to the left or too far to the right. Kind of straightforward in that range, so they might not see you, but use the sniper glint to your advantage. If you are in a sniper battle and you're trying to kill a different team with your sniper, if you can see their glints, you know that's where their head is going to be, so aim a slight bit just above the glint and you will get an easy headshot to either kill them or down them. I tend to stay away from the Dragunov and the marksman rifles within Warzone just because it doesn't suit me as well as I thought they would. I thought marksmans were going to be really good to use in medium to long ranges, but I kind of stick with the HDR and the AX50 just because the sheer damage bullet velocity that those guns have that can help me get those easy kills. In the gameplay, you will see me down enemies more than I kill them. What I like to use snipers for is actually to weaken the enemy, get rid of their shield, and down them so their teammates have to push them and revive them. If I down a teammate, I will use that teammate as bait, so their teammates push in, and then I'll try and snipe their teammates as well. Sometimes if they have self-revives, they might revive themselves, and sometimes if they're in the open and they're crawling away, I'll finish them that way. I tend to try and get as many kills as possible, but sometimes if I just down them and they go behind cover, I'm not too worried about it because I know they're weak and are going to be 3 shields less in their inventory, and their teammates are going to have to push them, so not only will I know where they are, but I'm going to know where their teammate is as well. Around those endgame situations, I might pull out my M13 since I run an HDR M13 hybrid class where I have 2 primaries from 2 different weapon crates, so I can have Ghost and Cold-Blooded and Spotter. I will switch to my close range weapon, whether that be the M13 or the MP7 or the P90 or a shotgun. I will switch to that close range weapon because unless you're in a wide open field for your final circle or final zone, chances are you're going to need that close range support to help you win gunfights, because if you're trying to snipe someone that's 10 feet in front of you that's shooting at you with a submachine gun, unless you get a lucky shot or you're in FaZe Clan, you're very rarely ever going to get a kill like that. So I tend to pull out that close range weapon. So sniping is really good for the beginning of the game, long range encounters, mid range encounters if you have high ground, any high ground situation where you have exponential high ground over enemies. Say you're on top of a mountain and they're at the bottom, which would be a dam, or you're on top of a downtown building or on top of stadium. Very good situations to use a sniper there. Those close range situations, like the final 2 circles in Warzone, I will tend to just pull out my M13. However, when the zone is small, where it's like the final 5 zones, I will still snipe up until enemies start pushing in close range situations. Just like most things in life, the more experience you have with doing something, the better you're going to get with it. I don't know why I got super philosophical right there, but it's true. The more you use the sniper rifle and the more you get used to it, the better you're going to end up doing with it. If you're a seasoned veteran in Call of Duty, this video might have helped you in some small little areas. For most of you that are new to the game and have never played Call of Duty before or any FPSs before, this is going to help you a lot. I hope you guys did learn a bunch today. Keep using that sniper rifle, practice with it, go to multiplayer, go to Ground War. Ground War is where I learned the bullet drop in this game. Even as a seasoned veteran myself, I still need to learn the bullet drop patterns to see how they work in this game. So if you guys have the full game and have purchased Modern Warfare or are playing in this free weekend, which is I think April 4th, 3rd, and 5th, I don't know why I went out of order there, but any of those days you can play the multiplayer for free. So hop into Ground War, hop into long range maps like Arklov, Peak, and Grozny Raid, practice with the sniper rifle, and then dominate in Warzone. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy, dislike if you didn't. Check the description for the Discord where I play with subscribers and all that type of fun stuff during game nights. I'm about to head out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more videos in the future, and if there is one, I will see you in the next one. Peace.